Hey, what's up, guys? Big Time Collector 01 here, back at you with another Halloween review, and this will be the final Halloween review as today is Halloween. So today we'll be taking a look at this new Halloween face-off between the King Shazam versus the Vampire Shazam. Two creepy, looking Shazams, perfect for the holiday. Starting off with round one, we have packaging. As you can see, they're basically the same thing. Really, they are basically the same thing. The only difference is that this one has a gold label on the front, but when you turn them around, that's when the differences really show off. So you can see with the King Shazam, it's an older figure, so it shows a smaller image of the figure with other figures in the line, which I actually really miss the action figure photography. I've always loved that about these older DC Multiverse figures. But with the new Vampire Shazam, you get a larger image of like the source material, which is also really cool. Again, same packaging, not much more at the top, just names on the side, both sides, in fact, and then barcodes at the bottom. And with these two figures not having that much of a different packaging, with just some small minor differences, there's not much to really compare here, so this round is a tie. Now moving on to round two, we have accessories, and these two actually don't have that much different between them. They both come with your basic DC Multiverse base, and they also come with trading cards. As you can see, they have really nice artwork on the front. I really do like the figure photography. And then we get bios on the back. If you want to read them, pause it right now. Out of the package, they come with these pairs of hands. The Vampire Shazam comes with these open clawed hands, while the infected King Shazam comes with these two weirdly gestured gripping hands, like they're almost pinching. They also come with a pair of fisted hands. I don't have the other fist on the infected Shazam, because I'm trying to pull out the hand on this side, yet the peg is being stressed so much. I have a fear of breaking it. So yeah, he does come with the other fist, as you can see. I just can't really put it on as easily. But we'll talk more about the quality of this figure in just a moment. These two figures basically come with the same accessories, just being the two interchangeable hands. So this round is yet another tie. First, let's take a closer look at King Shazam. Starting off with the head, it looks really cool. I really do like that creepy, demented smile. You get those, blue eyes, those piercing blue eyes. You get that tattered hood. You get the feathers on, around his neck. This is where this body, originated. We've seen this with, obviously the first gold label Shazam, this Vampire Shazam, Endless Winter Black Adam. So we've seen this body a few times, but this is where it was originated. And I think it looks cool. I do like the look of it overall. I wish there was some more color breakup with the with all these sculpted in lines, and because it's just a lot of red. But this figure's quality is, the QC on this figure is really bad. And like, look at the paint on the fist. Like, I know this is like kind of a widespread thing. The paint on the hands are just terrible. They're poorly painted on both sets. It's just really bad just to see how bad that paint chipping is. It looks like the fist is molded in silver plastic and it's just painted, which shouldn't have been the case. Like, it should have been the other way around. It should have been casted in this, flesh color. But yeah, the paint is very splotchy. Even on these other hands, they're very bad, especially the fist. The fists are the worst offenders. As you can see, there's so much paint chipping on these hands. It's just really bad. And then the joints are, or at least the wrist and the ankle joints are so tight. Like, again, I couldn't pull this one out as easily because I feel like I'm gonna break it. Like, hopefully the camera can pick this up, but as you can see, the joint is being stressed. So if I actually get this out, it's gonna break. I know it's gonna break. And same with the ankle. Like, I hope the camera can pick that up. See, it's stressing. Like, it sucks just to see how this thing is stressing as much as it is. So yeah, this figure has very poor quality. I knew that going in. Just to look at this figure and knowing the body, the quality of the body sucks. Like, it's so bad. Now, taking a closer look at the Vampire Shazam, again, like I said, it reuses parts from the, infected Shazam body. It actually uses parts from that Endless Winter Black Adam body. And like I said, this body mold isn't the best, but I think this is the best use of this body. If, the quality actually feels nice, interchange of the hands, I didn't feel like they were going to break on me, unlike this Shazam and the other gold label Shazam. The head looks amazing. I love how gruesome that head looks. You get the sharp teeth, the red eyes. It's painted very nicely. Again, looks really nice. Love this new upper torso. It is a new upper torso from the previous, body uses of this body. As you can see, it has this like button right here, and just again, it's more matching of the source material. As you can see, looks really nice. Has a new cape, which looks really good. Do like it. It's a little stiff. I mean, it's still, soft and pliable. But again, the blood splatter on the body and on this one hand. I wish it was on the other hand as well. But again, just looks really good. And again, the quality of this figure feels nice. Like, I feel like it's not going to break on me anytime soon, unlike the other versions of this body. So I think they improved on this body, for this figure. But come on, McFarlane, I think it's time to retire it. The King Shazam has an overall really interesting look to it, but overall I think it's just bland, and the paint, applications on the figure are just very sloppy, and the quality of the figure is just really bad. Like, a lot of the joints, especially on the wrists and the ankles, feel like they want to break on me, and I don't like that. And this is also proof that the first use of a body mold isn't the best use of the body mold. While the Vampire Shazam here does use a lot of the same parts of the infected Shazam body, it's the quality of the, parts here just feels so much better, and they don't feel like they want to break on me, which is very nice. It's such a refresher to finally have this body in some nice quality. I really do like it. And the paint on the face and on the chest are really cool. I really do like the blood splatter we get, and it's just nice to see. So this round goes to the Vampire Shazam. Now moving on to round 4, we have Articulation. And like I said, these two share a lot of the same parts, so it's going to be down to the range. Their heads can look up that much. As you can see, the Vampire Shazam looks up a little more, or a lot more, I should say. That's because the neck and, the head are on 2 separate joints, but the infected Shazam can look down more. But both can tilt and rotate. Shoulders can move out that much, which is, around the same. Their arms can rotate, but as you can see, the King Shazam has a harder time going all the way around due to the feathered collar. But the Vampire Shazam doesn't have that problem. Both have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and wrists that can hinge and rotate. They really can't crunch forward that much, but they do get a good crunch back, which is around the same range. Both can tilt and rotate. Infected Shazam's legs can kick out that much. They can also kick back some. You don't really get a thigh rotation. The Vampire Shazam, can kick forward that much and can kick back that much, which is actually pretty less than the Infected Shazam, which is surprising. And yet you still don't get the, thigh rotation. Both have double jointed knees and ankle balls that move down, up. They do pivot and rotate, and have toe articulation. I would use, Infected Shazam, but his ankle does, I'm fear of that thing breaking, because it's really hard to rotate it. Like I said before about the Infected Shazam, his body, the quality of the figure is really bad, and a lot of the joints want to break on me. That's because they're too tight. A lot of them are too tight, like the ankles and the wrists, and even the bicep swivel is really tight on this figure. So a lot of the joints on here are really tight, and that's kind of bad. I mean, having tight joints is good, but overly tight joints is never a good thing, because I have a fear of this figure breaking. But with the Vampire Shazam, his joints are nice, and they're not necessarily loose, but they move better. They move better. They are not overly tight. And it just is a much more pleasure posing this guy around over the Infected Shazam. So this round goes to the Vampire Shazam. And before we move on to the final round, let's do some comparisons first. Measuring these two out, the Vampire Shazam comes to around 7.5 inches, while the Infected Shazam comes to 7.25. Now, moving on to the final round, we have price. The Vampire Shazam here, of course, being a vampire, he's a gold label, and that gold label is exclusive to Walmart. And normally, Walmart exclusives aren't the easiest to find, but I went to my local Walmarts, both my local Walmarts actually, and they still have them in stock for, roughly retail price, that being $22.99. So he's still pretty easily available, especially around Halloween time. So that's perfect to go out and get him. But nothing screams clearance more than this infected Shazam. Oh my goodness, it's so easy to get this guy anywhere. Like, I got him off of BBTS for only $8. $8. That is insane. Like, that is really good. Like, with $8 with, the shipping, it comes to around $12, which is still a really good price. And I saw him at Target the other day for, only $13.99, which is crazy that I still can find this guy in stores. So yeah, if you want this, figure, you can get him for very, very cheap. So this round goes to the infected Shazam. But the battle overall goes to the vampire Shazam. 2-1. And there you guys have it. That is my Halloween face-off video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I did. At least enjoy one of these figures. Yeah, this infected Shazam is not the best. I mean, I can see why it went to clearance so fast, like, and why no one's buying this figure. The paint job on the hands and on anything that's painted, like, most of the figure is actually unpainted, which is always a good thing to see. That way, the figure joints, and whenever you move it around, it's more durable and less paint to chip. But the paint chipping is just so apparent, it's terrible. And also the joints are very tight. They're overly tight to the point where they want to break, which is terrible. I don't like it. Again, like I said, though this is the first use of this body, it isn't the best use of this body. But the best use of this body is the most recent figure that uses this body, which is the Vampire Shazam. The Vampire Shazam is actually really fun figure to pose around. I actually do like how solid the joints are. I do like, the paint details, like, the blood and the head sculpt. Even the hands are really cool. I really do like that. But again, it is just reuse of that, infected Shazam and the, Endless Winter Black Adam. But again, best use of this body, but I think it's time for McFarlane to retire the body entirely. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed making it. I've always enjoyed making face-offs for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. And have a very happy Halloween.